holy this is actually good. Hey there, Cinephiles. Today, I'm reviewing Thunderbolts. This is the latest film in the MCU, and dare I say, the best one since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Honestly, this movie, especially for the MCU, is a major breath of fresh air. For the first time in so long, I can just say that this is a good movie and not have any caveat behind it. And it's just so nice to know and feel the director flourishing through the studio system in this. It ain't perfect, but it's pretty damn good. And it all starts with the characters. This is easily some of, if not the best character work in a singular movie in all of the MCU. They got me caring for characters that I either didn't know before or didn't care for before for the majority of these people here. And with that being said, obviously, my favorite character in this movie is Taskmaster. Just kidding. Whew. No, but I really do want to get into this ensemble piece here because so many of these characters are genuinely so good. Starting with Florence Pugh as Yelena. Come on. This is definitely the best of Yelena yet, and I am so glad Florence Pugh got to do her thing in this. She is so in her bag here. It's amazing. David Harbour as Red Guardian gave me exactly what I wanted from him in this movie. It's so just nice and wonderful. Lewis Pullman as Bob just steals the entire movie for me. He's introduced in this film, and my goodness, he's going to leave a major mark, and I cannot wait to see him again. Sebastian Stan as Bucky wasn't necessarily outstanding, but man, he just fits in that role really well. Wyatt Russell as US Agent, I love what they did with him in this. I am so glad they went this route with him, and it just works so well. However, for Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, I'm still not fully there with her character. I like her more now, but I just need a bit more for her. Honestly, just overall, everyone is at the very least good enough in this. But the majority of them are far better than that in this, and I am so thankful for that. Especially because this movie does tackle pretty heavy themes, and I am so glad that it does. This movie tackles themes of depression and just self-loathing and how you can pull yourself out from that, as this follows a group of mercenaries who knowingly have all done such bad things, and this is their journey into reforming themselves and rebuilding themselves as new people who can take on a new life for the better of not only themselves but for humanity. And overall, those are just beautiful themes, especially to explore in a movie like this, and I am so glad that they do. It's still within the MCU, so it's not the most groundbreaking Oscar contending stuff here, but the way they go about it is high concept and just so fun to see. If you don't know anything about a certain character that they were kind of hiding in this movie, even though if you know who it is, you can really tell that they're in there from the trailers. But the way they're able to just take that high concept of a character and actually extrapolate that and explore the themes visually. Honestly, I was very impressed in how they were able to handle those themes in such a way that I think the majority of people who go out to see this are going to understand and really enjoy. Once again, these aren't necessarily explored in such a way that is absolutely groundbreaking or made for award season, but the way they explore them, I think it's going to open the door for a lot of interesting and needed conversations for a lot of people. Truly, the way that Thunderbolts is able to control its tone so well is, again, impressive, especially for a movie that's in the MCU this far in. The best thing about this movie by far is that it made me care for these characters and what was happening to them, and it had some wonderful earned moments and scenes that I cannot wait to discuss with other people. There's so much about this movie that works, and there's so much driving me to actually want to go and see this again. And again, it all starts with the characters, because it is so necessary for films like these to have characters that we all connect to, and I think that this is a true return to form, how it had been in the early MCU days, but it's all packaged into one film, and I just love that. This is a massive step in the right direction, especially after the so-so movie that is The Last Captain America and the majority of the films in these last two phases. There are still many things that I dislike about this movie, such as some of the so-so cinematography, or just how they handled Ghost in here, or how they handled Taskmaster, as well as just some of the story beats and the second act kind of dragging along, and with the fact that they could have taken even more risks to really make this its own own, especially in a visual style. It's not bad at all visually. In fact, it's actually very competent and has some great moments. But for as much as this movie starts to really push its boundaries within the MCU, you can also feel it being constrained by it at times too. And it's because of that you can feel it's very just competent filmmaking at the forefront for the majority of this movie. It just so happens to have some very good writing for a lot of these characters that are performed by great actors. And I'm really glad overall there's a lot of really good stuff in here, from the post-credit scenes to the pretty good score that also probably could have been more memorable if we're gonna really discuss it. But with all the gripes I do have with this movie, I really urge a bunch of people to go out and see this, especially if you're slightly interested in any of the actors or even the MCU, or just wanting a good time at the theater. And truly, by the end of this movie, so many people are going to be on board, not only with the movie, but with the team that's there at the end. It's just so worth watching, and I really do hope we get a lot of this team in the future of the MCU. The chemistry is so there, and I cannot wait to see much more from this team. But as it stands now, even though there are many technical things I dislike about this movie, as well as some of the pacing and some of the story towards the middle, I still do really enjoy this movie, and it's my favorite MCU movie in so long. I give the Thunderbolts a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I am just so glad that Florence Pugh is back, and man, she is so good. But alright, those are my thoughts on the Thunderbolts. Be sure to let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. As always, thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Be sure to stay tuned for more Yeti Films content, and I'll watch you later.